Okay, so you know that feeling. You're relaxing at home. Thermostat says you should be cozy. But there's this mysterious draft. It's like a ghost just waltzed by.
Right.
Or how about that summer energy bill? You know, the one higher than your golf score?
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, today we're about to crack the case because the culprit might be this invisible force. It's called the chimney effect. Ever heard of it?
Oh, absolutely. It's funny. We think of our homes as these like sealed boxes, like Fort Knox. But they're actually in constant conversation with the air around them all the time. The chimney effect is basically how your house breathes.
Okay.
And sometimes it's got a bit of a wheeze, a little stuffy nose,
Interesting. Okay. So we're going deep on this today. How the chimney effect affects us, especially in the South. Because down here, it's not just about comfort. It's about battling those energy bills.
Right.
And that famous southern humidity. Ugh.
Oh, tell me about it. So picture this. Hot air is lighter, right?
Yeah.
Naturally wants to rise. Think of your house like this giant container, okay?
Okay.
Any gaps, cracks, even just the materials themselves, they become little escape routes for that rising heat.
So it's like the heat is always looking for the quickest way out.
It is, up towards the attic or any weak spot it can find. But here's the thing. When that warm air escapes, it doesn't just, poof, vanish into thin air. It creates a slight vacuum downstairs, a little void.
Oh.
And air, much like nature in general, hates an empty space. So to fill that void, more air gets pulled in from outside. This constant cycle of warm air escaping and cooler air rushing in, that's the chimney effect.
In a nutshell.
Okay.
And let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Down south, it's not just heat we're dealing with. It's humidity. It's humidity that could make a rainforest blush.
Oh, absolutely. See, the chimney effect doesn't play favorites. It doesn't care. Summer rolls around, and it's not just pulling in regular air.
Right.
It's yanking in that thick, muggy air, like it's going out of style. Your AC is working overtime trying to dehumidify and cool, while this invisible force, this chimney effect, just keeps adding to the load.
It's like trying to bail out a boat with a teaspoon.
Yes.
While the waves keep crashing in.
Exactly. You're not getting anywhere.
Exactly. And then we've got those winter cold snaps. Might not be blizzard conditions, right?
Right.
But that consistent pull of cold air, especially at ground level, can make for some seriously chilly floors.
Yeah.
And just like really uneven, inconsistent temperatures.
Yes, and that's what often gets overlooked in milder climates. You might not see snow, but that constant influx of cold air means your heating system is fighting a losing battle, driving up energy bills and leaving you, well, less uncomfortable.
Right. It's not doing anybody any favors. So it's clear this isn't just about a drafty window here or there. This is about understanding how air moves through your entire house.
Yes.
And how that affects your comfort, your air quality, and let's be real, your wallet.
It all comes back to the wallet. It really does. It's like, think of it this way. Your house is sending out distress signals.
Distress signals. Okay, I like it.
Right. But instead of flares, it's those subtle clues that something's just off with your airflow.
Right. Those aha moments.
Yeah.
Like, wait, why is it always so much colder downstairs?
Exactly.
Okay, that's our cue to put on our detective hats.
Right.
And the first sign you might have an invisible air leak culprit. Drafty discomfort.
Yes. And this isn't always about, feeling this strong breeze. It's more about those subtle temperature differences.
Okay.
Like, you ever notice how you get that cold feet feeling even when the heater's running?
Oh, yeah.
That's a telltale sign that cooler air is being drawn in from somewhere.
Interesting. And what about that classic scenario? Like upstairs is practically tropical.
Right.
Downstairs, you could chill your drinks. It's like two different seasons.
Oh, absolutely.
That uneven temperature battle between floors, is that a red flag?
Huge red flag, especially if it's consistent. If one level is always noticeably warmer or colder than the others, chances are the chimney effect is at play. It's messing things up.
It's up to no good, this chimney effect.
Okay, so let's be honest. The most painful clue of all.
Oh, yeah.
That energy bill.
Makes you do a double take.
Seriously, it makes you do a double take. If your heating or cooling system is constantly running, but your comfort level is all over the place, you might just have a chimney effect case on your hands.
You very well might.
But the good news is, you don't need some fancy equipment to investigate this.
Whoa, not at all. A little DIY detective work can go a long way. We're going to arm you with 3 simple tests, okay?
Okay.
Using things you probably already have around the house. First up, the tissue test.
Love it.
This one is about as low-tech as it gets.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Grab a thin piece of tissue paper, You know, the kind that practically disintegrates if you look at it wrong. Right. Very flimsy.
And hold it near areas you suspect might be leaky.
Okay.
Think around windows and door frames, that little gap under your exterior doors, even those often forgotten spots.
Oh, yeah.
Like your attic hatches, crawl space access panels.
Okay.
Anywhere you think air might be sneaking in or out.
Okay.
And if that tissue starts doing a wave,
Yeah?
even without a noticeable breeze, you found yourself an air leak.
It's like it's waving a little red flag. Help me.
It is. The tissue is waving a little flag like, hey, over here, something's not quite right. Now, test number 2 is the candle test. But before we go any further, huge safety disclaimer time.
Oh, yes, please. Okay.
We're playing with fire here, literally. Extra caution is key. Make sure it's a calm day, no wind. Do this indoors with no flammable stuff nearby. And never, ever leave that candle unattended, not even for a second.
Safety first.
Absolutely, safety first. Okay, so the candle test. You'll carefully light your candle, again, on a windless day with your HVAC system off.
Okay.
Hold it near the same suspect areas as before.
Got it.
This time, you're watching which way the flame leans.
Okay.
If it bends inwards, that means outside air is being sucked into your house.
Yeah.
But if it tilts outwards, that's your conditioned air trying to stage a grand escape.
It's making a run for it.
It's out of there. Now, our last test might seem a little strange, but trust us on this one.
Okay.
It's the smell test.
Smell test, okay.
That's because our sense of smell is surprisingly good at picking up on subtle clues about our environment.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So, ever notice a persistent musty odor in a particular spot? That could actually be a sign of hidden air leaks, especially in areas prone to moisture.
Okay, so like if you walk into your basement, you're like, whoa.
Right. What is that?
Something died in here 6 months ago.
Exactly. Those musty smells, often caused by things like mold or mildew, they tend to hang out where that damp air is finding its way in.
Okay.
Let's say you've got a corner that always smells a little funky, or you get a whiff of the great outdoors coming from under the sink.
Right.
That's your cue to investigate further. It could be a sign that your home is breathing in more than just fresh air.
So we've identified those sneaky little air leaks. Now what? Time to channel our inner Bob Villa.
Felix.
Right. Break out those tool belts because it's time to fight back against the chimney effect. And the best part, you don't need to be a master builder to actually, make a difference here.
Not at all. While a professional energy audit can be incredibly helpful.
Oh, yeah.
In uncovering those deep, hidden leaks, there's a lot that, homeowners can tackle themselves.
Right.
We're talking simple, practical fixes, big impact.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Simple, practical, I'm in. Let's talk about our air sealing arsenal. Started with the dream team.
Yeah.
Weather stripping.
Yes.
And caulk.
The dynamic duo.
I mean, where do we even start?
Think of weather stripping like you're giving your doors and windows this big, cozy hug. Right. It seals those gaps where air just loves to sneak in, and it's surprisingly easy to install. You can find a variety of materials at any hardware store. Don't hesitate to ask for help finding the right one for your needs. And then caulk. Caulk is like the superhero of sealants.
It really is.
It's amazing. It fills in those cracks and crevices, that weather stripping can't quite reach, creating this nice, tight barrier against unwanted airflow. It's a small thing. But trust me, those little tubes can work wonders.
They really can. Oh, and here's one, the attic hatch.
Oh, yeah.
People always forget about the attic hatch.
So important.
Right. Big old hole going right up to the attic.
It's like leaving a window wide open.
Exactly.
All that escaping heat, invading cold air, especially in the South, those attics can get scorching in the summer.
Oh, yeah. It's like having another oven up there. It's like the chimney effect has its own private entrance.
Chuckles. It does.
So use weather stripping. Insulation made specifically for attics. Seal that bad boy up tight.
Absolutely.
Okay. And speaking of foundations, if you have a slab foundation,
right,
you'll want to pay close attention to your baseboards.
Yes, those seemingly insignificant gaps.
Right. Where the walls meet the floor.
They can be major culprits in air leakage, especially in older homes.
Really?
But good news is,
yeah,
a little paintable caulk.
Oh, yeah.
Works wonders.
Like a little magic eraser for air leaks.
It is. It seals up those leaks and gives your baseboards this nice, fresh look.
It's like giving your house a mini makeover while boosting its energy efficiency. 2 birds, 1 caulk gun.
Exactly.
Okay. And speaking of sneaky culprits, Those innocent-looking electrical outlets,
Yeah.
especially the ones on exterior walls,
Right.
those things can be drafty.
They can be, but the fix is so easy.
Yeah.
Just pick up some inexpensive foam insulation gaskets.
Okay.
They fit snugly behind your outlet covers and bam,
Wham!
barrier against air movement.
Look at us. We are on a roll.
We're solving problems.
So many fixes. Okay.
Oh.
So before we wrap up, let's talk about bonus tips,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Specifically for us folks living in the South.
Yeah.
Because, we've got our own, unique climate challenges down here.
We do. And a big one. That intense southern sun,
Oh, yeah.
anything you can do to reduce the heat beating down on your home, especially during those scorching summer months,
Right.
will help minimize the driving force behind the chimney effect.
Makes sense. Less heat, less rising air, less pull for that hot, humid air to just sneak on in. Okay. How do we do that?
Well, one way, embrace the power of shade.
Oh, I like it.
Plant trees strategically around your house to block some of that direct sunlight.
Okay. What if you're not, tree adjacent?
And if you're thinking about a bigger project, reflective roofing materials can make a noticeable difference in keeping your home cooler.
Okay, yeah, if you're replacing your roof anyway. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you don't need to go all in on renovations
Right.
to fight the good fight.
Love it.
Something as simple as using your ceiling fans strategically
Oh, yeah?
can make a world of difference.
Most people think ceiling fans are just for, circulating air in the summer.
Right. But they actually create airflow that can make you feel cooler.
Yeah.
So in the summer, you want to set them to run counterclockwise
Counterclockwise.
to push that warm air upwards and create a cooling breeze.
Okay.
And then in the winter,
Yeah.
you reverse that direction.
Wow.
So they rotate slowly clockwise.
Uh-huh.
That can help push that warm air that naturally rises back down to where you need it. It's like giving your heating system a helping hand.
I love it. Work smarter, not harder. Okay, now one last thing. For all my fireplace enthusiasts out there.
Yes.
Okay. That roaring fire might be cozy in the winter, okay? But when it's not in use, that open fireplace is basically this giant air vacuum.
It's true, sucking out your precious heated or cooled air.
So expensive.
So make sure that damper, that little metal plate that controls airflow in and out of your fireplace, is tightly closed when the fireplace is not in use, especially in those colder months.
Close it up. So there you have it. We've gone from feeling helpless against those mysterious drafts, the high energy bills, to understanding exactly what's going on,
Yes.
and more importantly, how to fight back. You've got the knowledge. You've got the tools. Now go forth, make your home this comfortable and energy efficient haven, no matter what the weather throws your way.
That's right. The chimney effect, it's this constant force, but with a little understanding, a little DIY spirit. You can outsmart it
Outsmart it.
and keep your home comfortable year-round.
You heard it here first, folks. We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into, well, honestly, the often overlooked world of the chimney effect.
Fascinating stuff.
It is. Until next time, happy air sealing.